that instead of looking at what is contained in these documents, taking them literally, we've not only inflicted pain on one another, but we've degraded, women to such a terrible. It becomes extremely exciting. If Genesis is about inside of your head, if Exodus is about inside of your head, if the crucifixion, the virgin birth, and all of these things are things that go on not out here, but in here. So much was written and something contained, something hidden deep within them that is awesome. Well, I've reached the conclusion after doing this and studying this that the Bible, the entire Bible, from beginning to end, is a document containing secret operations of the human mind. That everything is relative to what goes on in here, not to what goes on out there. Because common sense tells you whatever goes on out there first has to happen in here. You do something, but before you do it, a neuron fires in here, and bingo, then you do it. And so it becomes extremely exciting. So we go directly to the source of enlightenment. And we use the Bible, which has been so misused by the people of the earth. The Bible has told us in clear terms that it is a book written in symbols and that we shouldn't take it literally. So for time's sake, what I've done, I've taken, because, it's kind of important, to kind of do a refresher with everybody as we get rolling each week. And I know it sets us back some, but it's necessary. But for the sake of time, I've taken all of these scriptures on one overhead that we can glance at them quickly again. And here you see Psalm 78:2. I will open my mouth. This is God talking. I'll talk in a parable. I will utter dark sayings. Dark sayings are things like allegory and mythological statements. In other words, it looks to you like one thing, but it really means something else. See? Proverbs, it says, these are the ones who claim that God is their leader, and God told them to do this. And yet, if you really look at it, you find that they really don't have any knowledge of God because they read all of these symbolic statements literally. And they use it for a particular reason, to gain power and money. In addition to this, there was something that came from Tel Aviv University, and we'll put this up real quick. This is from Tel Aviv University. This is from Professor Ziv Herzog. The many Egyptian documents known to us do not make any reference to the children of Israel in Egypt or the events of the Exodus. Generations of scholars tried to locate Mount Sinai and the stations of the tribes of Israel in the desert. Despite all of this, not one site was identified that could correspond to the biblical picture. And basically, there's no evidence about Joshua. There's no evidence about anything. It never happened. And it's wonderful because it means it's mythology, and it does happen. See? So these were stories written by somebody using particular places and names, but actually meaning something that is important for you. That story about Abraham and Sarah is an allegory. There are two covenants. One's talking about Mount Sinai, which is bondage, which is Hagar. The other one's talking about Sarah. But the word allegory means it's a symbolic story. These people never even existed. Nobody in the Bible ever existed. There's not one shred of proof that anybody in the Bible ever existed. And so the Bible, the very Bible, is telling us, don't take this stuff literally. And yet every religion on the face of the earth is exactly what they've done. Although we do have in the Jewish religion, we have some who have not taken it literally. In the Muslim religion, where we have the Sufis who have not taken it literally. In the Christian religion, you have mystics who have not taken it literally. I mean, for God's sakes. But if you did that, I mean, like years ago,